So, final example for this Excel module is solving simultaneous equations. That's what we've been working up to with all these different matrix operations. So when you look at the PowerPoint slides, you'll see this down here on the bottom, these set of simultaneous equations. It's 5 unknowns, 5 equations, right? When you're solving for multiple unknowns, you need to have multiple equations, the same number of equations as you have unknowns. So here we have 5 equations, 5 unknowns. You need to put them into standard form, which means you group the coefficients for each unknown on one side of the equation, and you put all the constants on the other. So you'll notice what I've entered here in Excel is I've entered this matrix A, which is my coefficients. So see x1, I've got 2 for the first equation, minus 3 for x2, plus 2 for x3, plus 1 for x4, and minus 1 for x5. I've repeated that for all 5 equations, entering in zeros for this one here where there is nothing, right? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, no 5s. My B matrix over here are my constants. So the first equation's a 4, a 3, a minus 1, a minus 2, and a 2. So I take the coefficients with my variables and I invert that matrix. So I took my 5 by 5 matrix, I inverted that matrix here. Then I take and I do some matrix multiplication. So you notice over here, these are the results for my x1, x2, x3, and x4. These are the possible values. So I took and multiplied my inverted A by the constants, and that gave me the solution. So when you're asked to solve for multiple equations with multiple unknowns, you gotta have as many equations as you have unknowns. You create a matrix when it's put into standard form of your variables, so the coefficients with your variables. You create a second matrix with your constants, and then you invert the first one, multiply that by your constants, and you'll have the answers. Those are the x values for that set of simultaneous equations. Now you know how to solve simultaneous equations with multiple unknowns in Excel.